Hello guys, I'm back with another underrated, underused Rakan strategy. I've seen only once in my life somebody abusing Glacial Augment on Rakan, but why is it good? Why would you go Glacial Augment? If you go Glacial Augment, it means you also have access to Hex Slash, which is quite important. So, you W in, and you get the slow itself, right? And what does that mean? The problem with Rakan early on before 6, you can knock up someone, but you don't really have a follow-up slow stun or something before you have your charm, of course, right? So before that, you just knock someone up and they can maybe just walk away, you know, if your AD carry can't do something about it, right? Now, here's the thing, here's the Hex Flash synergy as well, of course. Um, I just don't allow this guy to kill us. Let's just flash randomly, just like that. Okay, let's wait up our Hex Flash. But it actually likes how to fight us. Chauffeur. Just like that. So, you don't always want to make your Q second either. I just place the point in it, but you don't always want to put the point in your Q, of course, right? Now here is the other thing, your Hex Flash synergy. Now, often people will respect your boost W, but if you Hex Flash, you can extend the range of your W, not in the sense that you are in the animation, but you have like more space in general to do it, which can lead into unexpected ganks. Like, for example, say if she wouldn't have vision, then you can just put Hex Flash angle and to get a W up like this. So I'm gonna show better examples than this one, because this example is not the best, right? For example, you are trying to gank mid, trying to be as unexpected as possible. Now it's kinda bad to W through the wall, because then we don't have much anymore to deal with the enemy mid laner. Instead of that, you can Hex Flash over that like that and just W, right? That's completely fine. And again, okay. So now we have access to our E as well. Now this as well allows you to go for some type of tricks. It doesn't only have synergy with your W, like in here it's not in range yet, for example, but if you X flash forward and you W like that, oh fuck, I think I actually cancelled. Yeah, I cancelled the X flash. Let's just do that. Okay, I think I cancelled it actually. You're just gonna get like better ganking angles, but it also allows you to do something like this, right? Say an ally champion is something like in here. It allows you to go for some really cool type of outplays, and after level 6 it's gonna be more interesting. Now I'm gonna show off the basic way, of course. You can do something like this. Now you can do it faster. I'm not really a big Rakan main. Probably can do these combos way faster than I do. It's like a better angle. Now I don't have my E. But you guys get the general idea. I'm keep messing it up. Let's just try to do it correctly. W max probably, E max is the thing. Just like that, right? Which gonna allow you to have even more mobility. Now there is another synergy I do believe that you can do. How much does this suit last? 4 seconds. So you can do something like this as well, look. Now, there's one thing with your ultimate, you can't like ultimate and instantly W, it has like a slight delay. At the time they nerfed it, that's where Hex Flash comes in play to make it even more unexpected, right? For example, you can do something like this. Oh, I messed it up again, I cancelled the animation, fuck. Okay. So you can do something like this. And W, just like that. Now, you can ult even after you Hex Flash, that's completely fine. But if you ult after you Hex Flash, you can't instantly W. That's the thing about the ulting. So it just allows it to make it a bit more unexpected with Hex Flash. We already talked about E-Hex Flash synergies, such as if it looks like for the enemy champion on bot lane that you can't E to your ally champion. Say they already know your E range, it's short, so for example if they know for a reason that you are sitting in this bush and say your AD carry is something like this, they know for a reason that you can't E to the AD carry, or even farther, you can't E to the AD carry from the bush because you're too far, or let's put it even a bit more far, right? But if you X flash, that's a normal flash. But if you X flash and you're allowed to do something like this, then this, which also gonna be really unexpected. And another thing I wanted to talk about, Glacial Augment also allows you to connect your ultimate more easily. And why do I say that? You can take approach velocity, but it's not a necessity. For example, if the enemy team is stacking on top of each other, of course they're gonna be slowed, and in general, if they are close to each other, it means that Glacial Augment will possibly proc on them, and because they are slowed, it's easier to catch up with your ultimate, so it's harder for them to space out of your ult range. That kinda helps your ultimate as well, so there is that synergy. Now what else? Now the most important thing as well as is of course that your W is just a simple knock up, and there isn't like an aggressive follow up after that, just you throw in a Q maybe, right? Which makes the champion less so dangerous before you get your ultimate, right? Now of course you can also get exhaust, ignite, it's up to the game itself what you're facing, like for example against Lucian probably you wanna get an exhaust, depends how you feel like. These are the general runes, these are your summoner spell options.
They want us in cages.
Now with Saya it's a tiny bit better, you know, this whole thing, because you have more E range, right? So it's easier to go for such type of outplays when you have a bigger range. Therefore with Saya you don't necessarily need Hex Flash for your E, but for your W you can go for it. Then again, in these days Rakan's sustain early on got buffed, his Q sustain, his E shield, which means it's easier to survive through laning phase. I even have Revitalize, which helps Rakan a lot in the laning phase. Since his Q and E ban buffed, right? It means that it's easier to survive and it's less so necessary for you to go for Guardian. Guardian, Aftershock, these are the general runes as I remember on Rakan, but Glacial Augment totally has its own place. Then again we can buy boots. Oh fuck. We can now buy our little boots in here. These are your general options. Everfrost maybe, but surely you get it if you value mobility. This is just to defend your carries from assassins. Shirley is usually one of the best choices in here. Ego can tank if they have too much healing, Zekka for more DPS, Redemption for teamfights, Staff if you have like an AP bot laner like a Karthus, or generally you have an Ezreal champions that value stuff. Wow Knights is good to defend your carry. There are many second item options. You can totally go for many things in here. Then it's up to the game. Like most of the support items are actually quite situational. You don't wanna get Thornmail with Camp Tank because it's quite counterproductive, right? You can also go. You can also go something like this if you have like some AP teammates, right? You can go Staff second into Abyssal Mask if you wanna boost their damage with the Staff's bonus AP and cooldown. Also you're gonna reduce their magic resistances with Abyssal Mask. This is especially good if they have AP champs. Now you're gonna be higher level than this one, of course, when you get all of these items, which means it's gonna provide more magic No, it's 13 still, okay, what the fuck. And it also like provides for you as well, because you are a champion that deals AP damage too, so you value the cooldown that stuff gives to yourself, the AP same as you value the magic resistance reduction. This is a more so offensive snowbally build. You can also get Dark Seal if you feel like you're gonna get early kills, then later on when you have 10 or 6 stacks, build it into Magi. It's totally fine. Because Rakan is a support where you're generally gonna get a lot of assists and kills. Now, how this goes, after you have Firelia, it's quite a no-brainer. You can ult, so you can just pretty much all in without Hex Flash, but you can combine it together if you feel like, right? That's completely fine as well. example, I can do this. Let's splash away. Let's reset it. You can totally do this as well. Or you could ban just ult in the bush and then Shurelia. Just like that. For example, let's reset our Hex Flash like that, right? You can ult, Hex Flash, Shurelia. Maybe you don't even need to Shurelia if you Hex Flash, right? It's not always like a necessity. Sometimes you can just simply ult as well. Don't need to use either Hex Flash or any of those options. That's completely fine. Now, Rakan combos, probably most of you guys already know the Rakan combos. There are some things that you can buffer, for example,
Let's call it battle.
you can like,
Just a dance.
you can buffer your E, or you can buffer your Q, which makes it a tiny bit faster, I assume, like this. Right? You can do tricks like this as well, which makes it look like a tiny bit faster. Also, you can pull people together like that and then ult them. W them, I mean, so you can get more value out of your W in general. Now what is there to talk about this gem? Roaming girls, you can literally roam any lane. Also, you can go for unexpected roam angles without giving up your W. For example, if you know for a reason this bush is warded, right? You can also go downwards without giving up your W, right? You can just Hex Flash over this wall, and why would you Hex Flash instead of W? Your W is needed when you walk all the way up, so you can instantly gank, right? And also, if the enemy jungler might be around and you don't have W to get out, then you need to flash out, right? And they maybe can even flash after you, so you might be still dead. So then you always have an escape with your W, right? In case somebody is just randomly there. So that can help you a lot to avoid wards in general. You can just Hex Flash over, walk mid lane, and usually you can even Hex Flash from this side if they don't have vision on you. If that allows you to get some better ganking angles, that's totally fine as well. But it's really good to avoid wards in general, right? And to get better ganking angles. Or for example, you don't even have to do this, what I did. You don't even have, like, depends where you are patting from. For example, if you are patting from bot lane to mid lane, you can also, oh Ash, we don't need you right now. You can also just Hex Flash over this wall to avoid the pixel bush ward or a ward in there, and then you can just commit with your ultimate and Aurelia, just like that. You know, there are so many creative ways to use actually this Hex Flash in general. Also, it allows you to give up your flash and early on to trade flashes, which means, for example, if you flash on the Ashe and you try to all-in her when your jungler is here, she will most likely flash as well away from your W, which means that trading flashes is totally fine, since when you have your ultimate and your W, you will have also Glacial Augment to stick to the target, means that she won't have really a good escape in general, which is totally fine for you, since Rakan doesn't really need flash to function, because you already have enough dashes, so even if the enemy jungler ganks or they try to all-in you always have some type of get out. With your E, with your W, right, your champion is not so flash dependent.
Peekaboo.
Yeah, just that's it. Like, that's all I can think of. I just simply wanted to show off this interesting Hex Flash aggressive style, where you have like, where you don't necessarily need Guardian or Aftershock, and you're looking to snowball the game as hard as possible. Like, I would say this build is probably the most scary build on Rakan from my personal opinion. That's it for now, guys. Have a nice day.